Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT The Game Season 3, Episode 23. This is NXT on NBC. We are booking a show tonight. We have no pre-show matches, so let's get straight into the action. Alright guys, start the show. The camera shifts to the side of the parking lot and shows Anderson and Gallows arriving to the arena. They'll explain their actions later tonight. Also, as we shift to the other side of the arena, we see the Manifest Destiny's Big Cat and Carmella, NXT Women's Champion Charlotte, and the man who has the biggest smile in the world of professional wrestling right now, Kevin Owens, the new #1 contender to Sami Zayn's NXT Heavyweight Championship, walking to the arena. Owens will be in action tonight. Welcome to NXT, says Renee Young. We are just 3 weeks removed from NXT TakeOver SoCal, on our way to NXT TakeOver New Year's, and quite frankly, the action couldn't be any bigger, better than it is currently at the moment here in NXT. That's right, Renee, says Corey Graves. NXT is firing on all cylinders. We will have some big matches tonight, says Renee, including the NXT return of Rhino, the Revival taking on Blake and Murphy, Candice LeRae going one-on-one with Asuka. And in the main event, we have the NXT Light Heavyweight Champion, Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, getting his biggest test to date when he goes, excuse me, when he goes one-on-one with, excuse me, when he goes one-on-one with Manifest Destiny's own, the NXT Heavyweight Championship #1 contender, Kevin Owens. But we're going to waste no more time. Let's get straight into the action, Corey. And in a match that features some good action, but not that much way. The Revival, Dash and Dawson defeat Blake and Murphy in 8 minutes when Dash Wilder defeats Blake Murphy by pinfall with a full Nelson Slam. The Revival get the victory tonight over Blake and Murphy. Alright, next we get a video package of the hype between Enzo Amore and Bobby Roode angle from last week. William Regal has confirmed that at NXT TakeOver New Year's, they'll square off in the ring. Bobby Roode, Enzo Amore, NXT TakeOver New Year's. The camera flips on now as Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows are backstage pressing in front of the camera as Anderson begins to speak. I'm going to make this short and sweet because unlike Finn Balor and unlike those flippy little shits Matt and Nick Jackson, we won't posture. Nick Gallows, we just like to deliver, good brother. Carl Anderson, I was in Japan wrestling, texting with the big LG, and I saw exactly what was going on. How Doc was here being used as a second-class citizen, as a big man, a hired gun. And we know, says Carl Anderson, talking to Doc, that's not his game. His game is beating asses and winning championships. Win more title, get more money, get more women. The fans boo in the arena as Machine Gun Carl Anderson can hear and smirks. Our purpose is simple, says Anderson. We are here to win the championships. We are here to make money. We are here to conquer and divide. Machine Gun Carl Anderson and Doc, a.k.a. Luke Gallows, too sweet. As the scene fades with the two walking away with their NXT Tag Team Championships. So Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows are here to fight. They're not here to just posture. They're not here for flippy shit. They're here for the money, the bitches, the championships, and the bitches. Alright, and about that, I had solid in reaction but no heat. Rhino defeats Christopher Garrard in 8 minutes with a pile driver. Why he did not use the goal, I'm not sure. Rhino with the victory over here. We are going to pretend that this match is just out of our mind. That is an awful rating. We see Bayley backstage with Candice LeRae now discussing her match, and they better get to it because coming up next, Candice LeRae goes one-on-one with Asuka. William Regal pops on the screen with a smile on his face. NXT Universe, with NXT TakeOver special falling on New Year's and being dubbed NXT TakeOver New Year's, I wanted to make it a very special takeover. With that being said, it will be a longer than usual takeover, expanding to 10 matches just like Legacy, our WrestleMania. The fans can be heard cheering. And as we know, at Legacy the big guns come out and none is bigger than Shinsuke Nakamura. The fans cheer again. So, not only will Shinsuke Nakamura be making his NXT TV in-ring debut in 3 weeks from tonight, at NXT TakeOver New Year's, Shinsuke Nakamura will be going one-on-one with none other than Hideo Itami. A loud sound of cheers rings as William Regal nods and we fade out. Huge stuff. NXT TakeOver New Year's, Itami and Nakamura, and in 3 weeks, Shinsuke Nakamura will make his debut match here in NXT. Alright, next in a match has some good action, but not in much way. Asuka defeats Candice LeRae in 7 minutes with the Billiken. Asuka getting the victory here tonight over Candice. We now see William Regal backstage again, this time with Neville and The Miz. It was a bullshit countout, says The Miz. Count out or not, says Neville upset. You cheap shot at me after the match. There was no reason to do what you did last week. I understand, says William Regal, trying to calm them down. I understand. I want a rematch. Let's go right now, says Neville. Neville is hot as William Regal puts his hand between the two men again. Next week, Neville, you'll get your hands on The Miz. I'll let it happen. A rematch, he says as Neville nods, and The Miz looks acceptable to the function. And Miz, you complain about being counted out, fine. Next week, it will be Neville versus The Miz in a no disqualification match. The fans ooh and ah as the first ever NXT no DQ match has been booked here in NXT. And NXT has also been on fire lately with the debut of Bobby Roode, the return of Shinsuke Nakamura, and it won't stop next week, as next week we are going to see the NXT in-ring debut of Eric Young. So try to bring some of the other guys that have been brought into NXT lately into my save. Alright, and then in 2 weeks, we're going to see Tyler Breeze go one-on-one with Hideo Itami. I looked in their history, and they have never fought before, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And the main event this week, and about that featured great action and average heat. Kevin Owens is taken to the limit, but at the end gets the win over Johnny Gargano, the NXT Light Heavyweight Champion, in 18 minutes with a package piledriver. Kevin Owens and Gargano apparently have fantastic chemistry in their performance, which is great. Maybe they can fight again on the line. Maybe I'll actually book them another match on the way to take over, trying to build them up a little bit, to build Gargano up a little bit. But either way, Kevin Owens with the victory tonight, not unexpected. So that's it for NXT this week. That was Season 3, Episode 23. 71. Gained in 5, lost in 11. That's not great. We'll try to improve, but it is what it is. We're just doing this for the matches at this point. And anyways, this was NXT The Game Season 3, Episode 23. We will have more NXT wrestling action for you coming up in a couple days.